real fights, nothing works perfect. It's a good shot there from the position. I like that shot. Anytime they get those nice, thought out, like Kevin, it's very Kevin Dunn there, the main producer for WWE, who I guess doesn't get as much credit as maybe he deserves, but like all the promo stuff, all the videos and production side of things, all Kevin Dunn. He's been a massive part of the company very, very consistently for such a long time. And that guy's knowledge must just be through the roof now. I mean, he's an exceptional talent for this kind of stuff. They see what is that he's using? I can't even work out what that is. Looks nasty anyway. Paul Bearer, worth mentioning, of course. We saw him last time on our last episode, where, of course, he came out with the Undertaker's brother Kane. What an ending that was, by the way. What a match that was last time. I encourage anybody to go back on that and check out the first Hell in a Cell on episode 4. But again, this is what I'm talking about, long-term storylines, because this is a year ago we are now, and it's almost like that massive feud between Paul Bearer and Undertaker. And that would roll on even to sort of WrestleMania 14. I mean, that's how far in advance. Here we see the Undertaker back on his feet again. I think now he's got the object. Nice. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm just not fully committed to that Undertaker attire. Maybe I liked it when I was younger. Maybe I gave that a pass. But I suppose looking at it now, I'm just like, that is way too sort of almost cartoony for me. A little bit too much. But I tell you what, Mankind's mask, I'm surprised nobody's really... I know everybody goes on about the whole Bray Wyatt and the Fiend mask as being quite scary, but when Mankind first come along on the scene, from the standpoint of realism, he was unless you'd really followed Mick through WCW and as Cactus Jack and Dude Love and all this stuff, like, for me, I was not exposed to Mick Foley until I saw him here as Mankind. I was like, this guy is weird. He is super strange. And I guess him and Goldust at the time were like just... Love Paul Bearer. Trying to get that cheap shot. Yeah, just at that time, those two characters were so out there for me. I didn't know what to make of it, but Mankind is just such an obscure... He made these noises as well all the time when he was wrestling, like pain noises. And you just see the way he's got his hair, just, he's really into the character, so deep into it. I suppose, to say one or the other, I think with The Fiend, he's almost like too perfect with the way he's presented. I like the kind of gritty feel of Mankind a little bit more. Although this is an era of very much cartoony, I suppose people put this down to, but I still think it's more believable for me. And also the fact that they didn't have the high production value that we have today. And I suppose if Mankind was in today's market, they'd be doing all the lighting and all other sorts of weird sound effects and things. But here, this is Mankind, this is Mick Foley just playing it as we see them now, straight up. So, goodness knows how they came up with this idea to have like all this dirt just in the arena. And, for non-wrestling fans, like the people that were like working at the arena that night must have been like, what the hell are they doing out there? They just put all this dirt in the arena. Like, what the hell? There's a graveyard being built. Pretty surreal stuff. So the idea is to put people into the ground. In there, this match overall, I mean, it's not. I mean, it didn't go on. Obviously, Hell in a Cell, they've made a bloody pay-per-view out of it, and of course, I've spoke about my feelings on that. But here, it's not like after this that they had like loads and loads of these matches after it, obviously, but it's still very iconic. I mean, there's no doubt about that. In terms of when you see this shot, this image, but this isn't the one they show a lot of when they go back to the Buried Alive stuff. They often show the Vince McMahon match between him and The Undertaker, where you'll remember that. Oh man, look at that. We saw him take that as well a year later. We called that spot in the Hell in a Cell match. He's going for a cover. I wonder if that was like a proper shoot, or that was like it's part of the story. I don't know. It can be hard, I guess, to come out of that. I've seen loads of guys do that when it's like an I Quit match or a submissions match, and they go for a pinfall just by natural reaction, I guess. So far, so good. I mean, again, this isn't going to be like I didn't expect this to be a 5-star match, but I think the telling of the story here, this is an in-your-house show. It's about progression and bell to bell, and I like it. Here we go. Oh, DDT on that chair. Nice. Mankind now with the urn. Who know how big a part that urn was going to play throughout the Undertaker's career? I mean, they really used that prop so many times. Yeah, we see the Undertaker using that chair. Probably about as hardcore as I've seen sort of the Undertaker, like in terms of using chairs and things. Like I know he used a lot of them in the Hell in a Cell, but like it's almost like he's really sort of taking an ECW approach here from Mick Foley. Ugh, that's pretty cool. And you look at the height he got on that as well. Crazy. For those of you wondering about other matches, let's just check this out. I remember seeing lots of shots of this. Man, just imagine. There we go. Mate, that looks, out of everything they've done, although that looked quite ridiculous, that's probably the most dangerous thing they did right there. I mean, like, that could have gone so bad. Is that? Oh no, it isn't. I don't know. Check that guy in the pink jacket. I mean, cracky, he's making a statement, isn't he? I was trying to see our number one fan, wherever he was, Vlad, I think is his name, and but I've not seen him yet at this one. Wow, look at that. Still steps just thrown at Foley. This guy, I mean, I could imagine Mick before this show just saying to the Undertaker, just do whatever you want. I'll take it. Like, make the match look as amazing as possible. I'll just take all the punishment. Straight on his back. There we go. So now I think we're setting up a, tombstone. It's about getting him, obviously, up that rampway. For those people wondering about other matches, we did have Rock Bottom, which was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker. That happened in 1998, that one. That was another In Your House, officially, Rock Bottom. And They also did The Undertaker and Big Show versus Rock and Sock Connection, which happened in September of '99. And then we didn't see it after that until 2003. And also Bragging Rights, Kane versus The Undertaker. So they've only had, this has only been used 5 times since '96 in the entire WWE history. So this is a lot more, they're much more reluctant to go to this one. However, I kind of feel with today, I'm surprised they haven't tried using it more often than not, just with other guys. But I suppose with the Undertaker's schedule and things, maybe having it at WrestleMania just wouldn't have worked. But so here we go now. He's about to choke slam Mankind. Oh, straight down. That can't be too good. I love the fact they've got the Berried Alive sign there as well on the grave, like the actual logo and everything. And now we're going to see the Undertaker covering him with dirt. Very, very gimmicked up here to make this right. I mean, this is, I suppose, at the time as close as you're talking about a cinematic type match. There you go, people all kind of waiting here. I don't know what the actual stipulation was just to win, like whether you had to get a certain amount of dirt on him or what, but so we see the Undertaker now. We've got excellent. Oh, Hebner just gets completely thrown. Now another referee goes as well. So Undertaker wants to do this for real, I think is what we've got here now. It's almost like they never sanctioned this, but they didn't think he was going to go this far, I guess. Now, the character you now see on your screen is the Executioner, and he was kind of hired, a sort of hired gun here by Paul Bearer to help him out and help Mankind out of this predicament. No one had seen this character before. So this was the big sort of reveal that he was going to come. Now, the actual person behind all this was Terry Gordy, who he had quite a bit of bad luck at this point, and they tried to give him something that was going to work into his favour so he could work at WWE, but unfortunately it just never really worked for him overall. But he is Terry Gordy under there, and so now we have this is the image that gets played back in my mind a lot, is where they're sort of dumping the dirt on the Undertaker and they're about to bury him alive. As we see him now just plastering all that dirt onto him. You got Paul Bearer standing over. And this, this becomes sort of part of the ingenious story going forward that, I think, Survivor Series, a month after this, there's another incredible match between Mankind and Undertaker. It's one of my favourite Survivor Series, actually, and I probably, depending on how this goes, but I would say October time in any case, I will definitely be doing a full watch-along from that Survivor Series of 1996, just because it's one of my fondest memories as a Survivor Series. I'll try and get someone. And now you see a lot of allies coming out now to help, so it's about, you kind of tell that you've got all the heels. You've got Hunter-Hearst Helmsley, you've got, I think that's Bradshaw out there, you got Crush there, you got Goldust. And it's all about kind of coming together and getting rid of the Undertaker. But in a way, it sets it kind of, for the fan watching, it sort of makes it become that much more important that the Undertaker is a huge threat, that you need to be doing this, that all these guys are coming out to